simple DIY. I'm using up some items for Pantry Challenge and I'm going to make some breakfast out of it. I have a whole container here of egg whites, and these egg whites are from different cookies and such that I made over Christmas. I popped them into the freezer at Christmas time, and now I'm going to make them into egg white bites. I finally bought cottage cheese and have the cottage cheese still. Last time I bought cottage cheese, I just ate it, so I never was able to make these, but I'm going to make it today. I am going to use the cottage cheese, a little bit of regular cheese, some sausage because I didn't want to cook bacon and I had some sausage already ready. And then hopefully I remember, but I want to put some green onions in here. They're currently in the freezer, and so I just want to keep them frozen as long as possible. So I'm just going to mix this all together, get it into these trays, and this is super simple. I will have some leftover of the sausage once I'm done with this, so I'm going to make some sausage muffins as well. And so I'm hoping that both of these will turn out. My current thought is I might alter the sausage muffins a little bit to add cottage cheese because the recipe doesn't have cottage cheese in it, and cottage cheese is a great source of protein. So I'm trying to think through how exactly I want to do that. And hopefully by the time I get done with these, I will know. So that was 1/3 of a cup of cottage cheese into however many eggs those were. I'm not quite sure because it's been a minute. But I think we're semi-decently close to about how many were in the recipe, which I don't remember that either. I just knew I was gonna go with it, whatever it was. I'm gonna add a little bit of cheese. And then just a little bit of these sausages. This is the homemade breakfast sausage that we made together recently. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. It's right here. All right, I need to grab a bunch of stuff. I need to get the green onions. And then when I made the sausage, I didn't put onion powder in it because at the time I was doing the migraine-friendly diet, and I found the main cause of the migraines. It was, of course, the medicine, but I added the onion powder in. I think I probably should use a blender, but I really don't want to get the blender out. So I'm just going to call that good. Oops, it's on this side. Still getting used to where everything is. I do love this mixer though. I did a comparison of this mixer versus the KitchenAid. My KitchenAid had been dying, so I got this one. Super cheap mixer, but doesn't act cheap. It's actually really good quality. Okay, I have a bunch of liners lined out. Let me move everything off to the side, and hopefully I don't have way too many on here. I'm going to use the little ones for the egg white bites. And I just grabbed this little scoop, hoping that this would be good to get it in here. I don't know how much they're going to expand. Alrighty, these are done. Alrighty, for the muffins, I need a cup of water, but really it's not water, it's milk. So I'm going to add some milk powder to it, about 1/3 of a cup or so. I like to use powdered milk when I'm doing some baking because it just doesn't seem to make that big of a difference. Everything seems to work out just fine. I also need a splash, or like a tablespoon of maple syrup or so. I might go a little heavy-handed on some of the ingredients here. We're gonna add 1 egg, and then the recipe calls for 6 tablespoons of butter, but I want to add a little bit of cottage cheese and then use less butter, and I'm hoping that that works out well. So I'm gonna do about half of that amount of butter. I'm gonna do 3 tablespoons. We'll see how it goes. That's my oven. It's now preheated to 400. I'm going to use about a tablespoon or so of baking powder, and I don't remember the exact amount I needed, and I'm not gonna measure it. We're gonna call that good. And I'm gonna mix this up, and then we'll add in the dries. I know baking soda or baking powder was a dry, but I'm so used to adding yeast that I just automatically put it in there. Alrighty, I need to add in some cheese, some flour, and some spices. So let's add in a little bit of onion powder because I didn't put onion powder in the sausage mixture, some salt. We're gonna add some pepper too. And then it calls for 2 cups of flour. I'm gonna go a little on the heavy side just because I feel like I added a little bit extra of some things. Lift this up, make it easier. And yes, I am still using the whisk. The reason I'm still using the whisk is because I didn't want to wash 2 different attachments. Mix that up. Oh, wrong way. Let's add the cheese. It looks like I'm going to need to scrape this down a little bit. It said 2 cups of cheese. So we, of course, are going to measure very precisely. I'm kidding. And all of the sausage. Turn this on slowly so I don't make a big old mess. Yeah, that was a bad idea. I knew that was a bad idea, but I did it anyways. You know how sometimes you just do that? All right, spatula. It'll be fine. Okay, I'm just going to mix this all in. This smells so good. All right, there's our mixture. I need to get it into the muffin tins. I think I have way too many muffin tins here, but that's okay. And can I do it with this so I don't have to make the other thing messy? I think so. Maybe I don't know. I think this is supposed to make 12 muffins, but I think it was supposed to make 12 like cupcake sized muffins. I'm not sure. So if I get 6 out of this, I will be happy. And had I thought ahead, I would have thought out double the amount of meat so I could make double the amount of muffins. Because we love these. These are so good. Well, we got 6 and there's still more batter, so that's fantastic. Not bad. We got 10. I don't need these 2. I am going to get these in the oven. I have no idea how long they're going to take because I didn't do them the size that anything needs, so I'll just keep an eye on it, and when they're done, I'll take them out. This is funny. Look at that. They have definitely overflowed. I thought that might be the case, so we're just gonna let them finish cooking overflowed, and then know for next time. I have the cooling racks ready. These actually took about the same amount of time as each other. I was quite surprised. I definitely thought the muffins would take longer because they were bigger, but it seems they didn't take longer because they were bigger. They took the same time because the egg bites were liquid. Turn that off. I'm going to let these cool for just a little bit, and then I will get them out onto the cooling racks, and then once they cool, I'll put them in the freezer, and we will have breakfast for a while. So I'm pretty excited about this. Love these new, silicone muffin molds. I have a ton of the littler ones, but I got these new ones that are thicker and bigger, so now I have big muffins. I love that because we usually like to eat 2 of the little muffins, so 1 big muffin would be great. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here and you haven't yet, please subscribe. I'd love to see you. And if you're interested, I will pop 2 more videos up on the end screen. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.